Well, hello and welcome back, my future multi-millionaire real estate agents. Let's get straight to it. Another study guide brought to you by the top real estate agent in California. Let's get it. All right, number one. When a firm is not paid after furnishing material for the construction of an apartment building, the firm may file a writ of liability, a mechanics lien, a deficiency judgment, and a estoppel certificate. I'm gonna go with mechanics lien. Correct. This is very important. You will see this on the test. This is one of those questions that come up repeatedly and one of those study guide topics that come up repeatedly. Also, you need to go in the book and read about mechanics liens. Also, read the chapter summaries and do those chapter tests at the end of your textbooks. That will help you pass the test. Trust me. All right, question rationale. A creditor may obtain a deficiency judgment if a foreclosure action fails to raise enough proceeds to cover the original lien. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to turn the air on. Turn it down low so it don't mess up. All right. So let me start over. So question rationale. A creditor may obtain a deficiency judgment if a foreclosure action fails to raise enough proceeds to cover the original lien. An estoppel certificate is a document used by a mortgagee to stop the mortgagor from inserting a defense of an amount claimed due in owning under a mortgage. A mechanics lien is filed by a contractor, laborer, or material supplier whose work or materials enhance the value of real property. I know that was a mouthful, but make sure you guys go reread that 3 times. All right, question number 2. According to the laws of homesteads, a homestead will be invalidated by the homestead property being destroyed by fire, moving out of the homestead property, recording a homestead on another property, moving to another state. I think it's recording a homestead on another property because if I do remember correctly, I believe even if the home is destroyed, it doesn't remove the homestead. Yep, so it's recording a homestead on another property. So the question rationale. A person can only have one homestead at a time. There are 3 ways to remove a homestead. Sell the property. Record a homestead on another property. File a form called abandonment of homestead. Question number 3. Which of the following would be considered a private control on property? Taxation, escheat, eminent domain, deed restrictions. A private control on property, deed restrictions. Sometimes with these questions, you just got to reread the question slowly and ask yourself, what are they asking? Because it's pretty common sense. Or the answer will have context clues in the question. And sometimes they flat out give you the answer, too. So don't stress too much on that test. All right, so question rationale. Eminent domain is the right of the government to take private property for public use. Escheat is the power of the government to receive property if a person dies without a will and without heirs. Only the government has the right to tax property. A deed restriction is a restriction placed by a private grantor on the future use of the property. Question number 4. An exception granted to existing zoning regulations for special reasons is a subdivision map, variance, non-conforming use, subdivision. I have no clue. So let's just see. A variance. Okay, so an exception granted to existing zoning regulations for special reasons is a variance. An exception granted to existing zoning regulations is a variance. That's the question rationale. All right, number 5. As defined in local zoning ordinances, the distance between lot lines and improvements are known as depth, frontage, buffer zones, setback. See depth. Setback. Okay. So question rationale. Frontage is the distance along a lot's boundary with the road. A buffer zone is a piece of property situated between 2 differently zoned properties, i.e. a vacant lot between commercial land and residential land. All right, question number 6. The highest and best form of ownership in real property is called Fee simple defeasible, a life estate, highest and best use, fee simple absolute. This is one that you need to have memorized, like how you know your name. Fee simple absolute is the highest and best form of ownership in real property. This one, they drive it home in the textbook so many times. So this is like money ball on your exam. So the question rationale. Fee simple absolute is the highest and best way to own property. It includes the entire bundle of rights. Okay, question number 7. Make sure you guys take a break, stop, get some water, subscribe, maybe like it, maybe put a comment, then get back to studying. All right, so question number 7. A legal description of property based on lines of longitude and latitude, townships, and sections is described as recorded plat of subdivision, government rectangular, meets and bounds, lot and block. I think it's meets and bounds. Oh, it was government rectangular. Okay, question rationale. The government rectangular system consists of townships which are drawn according to parallel lines of longitude and latitude. The townships are then divided into sections which are further divided into quarters, halves of quarters, quarters of quarters, etc. The recorded plat of subdivision method and the lot and block method are the same and are usually used in residential subdivisions. The meets and bounds legal description is based on points of beginning, distances, directions, and degrees. All right, question number 8. Why did it zoom in? So government regulations that specify minimum construction and building standards to safeguard health, safety, and welfare of the public are known as let's say building codes. Yep. All right, so question rationale. A buffer zone is a parcel of land that separates two differently zoned parcels. Building codes are government regulations specifying minimum construction and building standards. Deed restrictions are private controls placed upon the use of property by an individual, not the government. Question number 9. We're almost there. A property description that uses natural monuments and markers and has a beginning and ending point at the same point is legally described as lot and block, government rectangular survey, recorded plat of subdivision, meet and bounds. It's either lot and block or recorded plat of subdivisions. Meet and bounds. A meet and bounds legal description must have a definite beginning point and a description of the property's boundaries, which returns to the point of beginning. It uses natural monuments such as trees, rocks, and streams as markers. The government rectangular survey system uses townships and sections. A recorded plat of subdivision and lot and block are used to describe property in residential subdivisions. All right, question number 10. Halfway there. A system of ownership and fee simple title to designated areas of airspaces plus a percentage of ownership of common elements in the property is termed a cooperative, condominium, condemnation, a shadow. Let's just see what it is. Condominium. There's a question rationale. Cooperative is the ownership of stock in a company and occupancy rights prescribed under a lease. Condominium is actual fee simple title to designated areas of air plus percentage of ownership of common elements in the common area. And since I love you guys so much, I'll give you guys your bonus question today. Let's get it. Question number 11. Yeah. The area owned together by all owners of a condominium project and available for all owners' use is termed community property, the common area, limited common element, cooperative element. I think it's the common area. Boom. Question rationale. A limited common element is property owned by all the unit owners of a condominium, but may be used by only one of the owners, i.e. a designated parking space. Community property is accumulated by husband and wife by the efforts of either during their marriage and is subject to division at time of divorce or disclosure. All right, thank you guys for studying with me. Like and subscribe and rewatch the video again and again and again and again until it's drilled into your head till you eat, sleep, shit, real estate. Now go out there and pass that test, you guys. I'm proud of you.